Good afternoon. Welcome to a 20-minute Pilates flow. And today we're going to have more of a gentle flow than in some of the previous 20-minute Pilates classes aired here. So this might be a good version for someone new to Pilates, someone who wants to take it a little bit slower, a little more carefully. Maybe you've had some back issues in the past, or you're dealing with a little bit now. This is meant to be really safe and to help you really engage and get a sense of that core area that's so important during a Pilates flow. All right, so let me back up here. And you can use a yoga mat if you like, or just some carpeting on your floor in your house if that's better. And so we're going to be reclined onto our backs with our knees bent. And so this is going to be kind of our home base position. So let's talk about this posture and this position and what's going to happen at your core here as we hang out. So in this position, when you're totally relaxed, you can slide your hands underneath your lower back and you can probably feel a little bit of a curve, a little bit of separation between your lower back and the floor. And that's normal. That's that lumbar curve that we all have. When you gently pull your abs in and rotate your pelvis backwards, you can ground that lower spine into the floor by that rolling of your pelvis. So this pelvic tilt is what it's called in physical therapy, is that safe position in a Pilates flow where your abdominals are engaged and working and holding the pelvis in that rounded back position. So we'll use this in all the exercises we do in this position. When your back is nice and grounded into the floor, you can't feel that separation any longer. So you can even explore sliding your hands under there and you can feel your lower back nice and flat into the floor. And just in holding this position, as you rest your hands on your belly, you can feel your abdominal muscles turning on and working. And this is really the best first step to getting used to what happens when you're strengthening your core. This is a really safe place and a good place to come back to at any time. While you're here, let's talk about your breath, because you never want to hold your breath while you practice, and you never want to hold your breath at any point during your life. It's just not good, okay? So even while your abdominals are working and holding this position, you can still take deep breaths, and that's what we're going to start with practicing. You can even take a diaphragmatic type of breathing style really deep down, where your belly floats up and down with the breath, and that's what I want us to go for. So nothing changes at your spine. Your abdominals are still working to hold you there. But as you take a deep breath in, allow your belly to float up. And then as you exhale, the belly will sink back down. So we want to take those nice deep breaths, especially while we're working and while we're strengthening, because it will allow us to stay relaxed in the body, right? So there's no reason to tense up, hold your breath, trying to make yourself stronger, when you can actually stay relaxed, build strength, and build that coordination that we're looking for in your legs and in your core and your upper body, without wearing yourself out, but breathing really effectively. And when you practice in that way, you'll be able to do much more, stay relaxed, stay in control, and feel better while you go. All right? So we're still in that rounded back position of the pelvis. The abs are turned on and working. Let's relax the arms down by our sides. We're going to start a slow movement of the legs coming from the hip joint only. And we're going to do a halfway march of the right knee towards the chest, where that lower leg is about parallel with the ceiling. And then we're going to place that foot right back down on the floor. So while you were moving within your hip joint, nothing was changing at your pelvis or your core, right? It's just within your hip. Same thing on the other side. Float that left knee halfway in towards the chest. And then place it back down. Nothing changes here. So we're going to continue this back and forth motion. Slowly marching one knee at a time. The core stays steady, keeps you nice and safe. Lower back is grounded. Breathing in as one knee comes in. And breathing out as it goes away. And breathe in. And breathe out. A few more times like this. The upper body is nice and relaxed. Your arms are relaxed. A little trick of turning the palms up towards the ceiling might help you keep relaxed in the upper body. Breathe in. And out. One more time each side. Breathe in. And out. And breathe in. And out. Good. Now relax everything. Allow that lumbar curve to come back into its natural shape. And let's rock the knees softly side to side and just loosen everything up. Nice stretch. Notice how this feels at the lower spine and the hips. And so, as important as strengthening the core is and building that control, it's just as important to achieve flexibility, to stretch things out. Yeah. So we want to go back and forth between those places of building that core strength and then taking a break and stretching everything out well. One more time, over to the side, nice and loose at the hips, loose at the lower back. And then coming back into that home base position, again, we're gonna ground the lower back. The abdominals are turned on. If you slide your hands underneath here, you should hit your lower back and it's meeting the ground, okay? No space there. Relaxing the arms down by your sides. Here we go. We're gonna come into that same halfway march with the right knee halfway towards the chest. Lower leg is parallel with the ceiling. And then we're gonna extend that leg out long in front of us, really reaching. Bring that knee back in halfway to the chest and then place that foot down. So we've added one piece to that first movement. Same thing on the left. Halfway march. Keep the abs nice and pulled in as you extend the left leg out nice and long. And then bring that knee halfway in. Place the left foot down. So we're gonna go back and forth here with the breath. Breathe in, halfway march. Exhale, lengthen the leg out. Breathe in, bring it back in. And breathe out, place that foot down. Again on the left. Breathe in. And breathe out, long leg. Breathe in. And lower down. We're going to do one more on each side. Same breathing pattern. Breathe in to march that knee halfway in. Exhale to lengthen that leg out. Breathe in to return. And exhale it down. Last time on the left. Breathe in. And breathe out. Nice strong core, everything stable at your pelvis. Breathe in. And breathe out. Good. To stretch out this time, what we're going to do is we're going to float one knee at a time towards the chest and give both knees a hug. Let the lower back lengthen out. Relax the hips. And a little roll side to side if that feels good at your back. So again, stretching everything out between our strengthening series. Good. And then one at a time, placing your feet right back down where they came to, our home base here. Floating that lower back into the floor, abdominals wake up again, arms down by our sides. All right, here we go. This time, we're gonna place both feet, both legs into this tabletop position. Both knees are halfway to the chest. Your feet are gently touching one another. Your knees can be a little bit apart or all the way together, whichever feels best to you, but the priority here is that pelvis, so the lower back stays grounded. If you can't get in this position and keep that lower back flat, then go back to one foot on the floor for this next part, okay? All right, here we go. We're gonna send the feet a little bit away from the chest. And then we're going to bring the knees a little bit towards the chest. Again, the feet a little bit away from the chest. And then bring it in a little bit. So it doesn't take much of sending the legs away for that core to have to work much harder. You can even keep a hand on the belly and feel that difference. So sending the legs away, work hard to keep that lower back flat and then draw the knees towards the chest. Breathe in to reach out. Exhale to return. Breathe in, reach. Exhale in. 2 more times. You don't have to go out as far as I am. Maybe you go right here to neutral and then bring the knees in. 2 more. Reach. Keeping the upper body loose. If you feel things tense up here, maybe you're going a little too far. Just small movements is all it takes. And then hug both knees into the chest again. Relax and round that lower back. Maybe a little rock side to side. Good. Lowering 1 foot at a time, right back down to the mat. All right, we're gonna go into a little bridging series here. This time we're gonna be lifting the pelvis up a little bit off the floor. We're gonna start with that same position of rolling the pelvis back first. From that position, the hips float a little bit up off the floor. So we're gonna start with a small bridge, and then you can always make it bigger as you go. So again, we're starting with a roll back and float the hips up a bit. As you come down, see if you can get that lower back to meet the mat first, and then relax the pelvis all the way. With the breath, breathe in to roll and lift, and breathe out to lower down and relax. Nice and smooth. It's really the same speed throughout. Find just the right height for you. No need to push those hips any higher than you're comfortable with. Few more like this. Roll and breathe in to lift. And release and relax. One more time. Roll and lift. And release. And relax down. Good. For this stretch, we're going to walk the feet all the way together. Soles of the feet relax together. Drop into a butterfly stretch here. Knees nice and wide. Relax the hips open. That lower back can arch. If this isn't a comfortable position for you, walk the knees right back together and return maybe to rolling the knees from side to side. Okay? Finding that way to stretch everything out that's comfortable for you. Good. One more thing here. We'll come back into our home base and we're going to just stretch the back of the legs, the hamstrings and the calves for a moment before we finish. So that right knee coming towards the chest a bit. You can reach behind that thigh or behind the calf, whichever feels best to you. We're going to extend that right leg up in the air, finding a comfortable stretch. Believe it or not, it's possible. So the hamstring muscles in the back of the thigh, you're going to feel them stretch and lengthen out, but it should not be painful. If it's painful, you're pulling your leg too close to your chest. That's your signal to relax it a little bit away from your chest. Both hips are dropping down into the floor. Lower back is loose. Once you find that hamstring stretch for yourself, then you're gonna ease the toes towards your face a little bit and add in the calf stretch, back of the knee, the whole length of the leg, getting a nice stretch as you hang out here. Relax and breathe. Easy shoulders and neck. It's a nice little break to focus on your deep breathing. You can do a nice counted breath pattern. Maybe count your inhales up to 4 or 6. And then count your exhales, that same slow counted pattern. Just to give your mind something to do. And then you have all the benefits of deep breathing. Relaxing the whole body, slowing everything down. And slowly returning that right foot back down to the floor. Maybe take a moment just to notice how your body feels here before you begin the second side. And then when you're ready, drawing that right knee in towards the chest, supporting behind the thigh or behind the calf. Finding just the right stretch for this left hamstring muscle now. So again, not pulling it too close to you. If you feel your hips coming up off the floor, you know you're pulling the leg too far towards you. Relax your hips down. Easy lower back. And then start to draw the toes towards your face. Nice flexion of the ankle. Feel the whole length of the back of the left leg, getting a nice stretch. And relax. Here's where you breathe. Nice long inhales and exhales. Super position for the leg to get some good elevation. Helping your circulation, helping your heart. Let's take 2 more deep breaths here on this side. And slowly lowering that left foot right back down to the floor. Relax your arms out to the sides. Walk your feet a little bit more apart and just let your knees rest towards each other, supporting the weight of your legs. Take a few moments here to listen to your body. Notice how you feel. Relax your head and your neck. Relax your shoulders. Allow your ribs to open with your inhale and relax with your exhale. Good. You can stay right there and continue to breathe and relax if you can. If you have the time, enjoy that space. And that's it. That's a wonderful way to start and to learn what Pilates is and to develop some awareness of your core and how to stabilize that lower back and just become aware of even the position of your pelvis when you're lying on the floor, so that then when you stand up, you can start playing around with, okay, where's the curve in my lower back? Am I supporting that lower back at all with my abdominals? And start using that knowledge and that awareness as you move around on your feet. That's where it really pays off. So enjoy exploring that. You can see this and repeat this on the Facebook library for Arts and Wellness of Edenton. And then there are other Pilates classes that are posted there as well that you can play around with as you go. But thanks for joining, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day. Bye.